it's Sarah from Seth Series, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the books that I read in 2018. So first up, we're going to be talking about The Pursuit of Holiness by Jerry Bridges. Let's take a minute to look at this gorgeous cover. Hello, it's white and purple. I didn't know I love this color scheme so much until I looked at this gradient and I was like, this is my life on a book cover. So this is, I guess, kind of considered to be a Christian classic. Jerry Bridges is really well known for writing Christian novels, but I had never heard of it before I had to pick this one up, and it was great. It was fantastic. I gave this novel 5 stars. This book really pushed me and forced me to evaluate my own relationship with God, as well as to take control of my free will and the choices I make, because a lot of what he says in this novel is you're not ever going to be holy. No one's holy but the Lord, but you having free will and the choice to sin means you can decide whether to live that day with holiness or to sin even more than taking on small sins. And I was like, you're right. And so there were just so many lines in here, pages for me look like this. I was having a grand old time. It was obviously one of those Christian novels that I think are incredibly impactful, just full of wisdom and spiritual truth, and I really could feel the Holy Spirit when I was reading this. The Spirit was convicting me about stuff. I was being led to great Bible verses. There's a study guide in the back, so I think that's really great. It'll give you questions, and then it'll also give you Bible verses as well. So it's not a long novel. It's a novel, though, that I think you should pick up if you are interested in furthering your walk with Christ, or just, even if you're wanting to be challenged in a different way, or looking to be convicted, because that's always fun too. So I definitely recommend this one. Now, another novel I read in the summer. I read this one in early June. I listened to the audiobook for this one. It's narrated by Michael Crouch, who's a pretty well-known narrator. I think I've listened to a couple of books he's narrated, and I like his narration style. I listened to Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, written by Becky Albertalli. I give this one 3 stars. See, I knew that I wasn't really going to love this novel. Deep down, I thought maybe in my heart I could find a part of myself to love this novel, but I don't like these characters. I did not like Simon. I didn't like his friend Leah. I didn't like this plot. So basically, it follows Simon, who's a closeted gay teenager, and he has an online relationship with another male named Blue, and they go to the same school, which reminds me of a Cinderella story, and Nomad. Oh my god, now that is some good, we're in the same school but we don't know each other writing. It's so cheesy. But this, it was never obvious who the person was until it was so obvious that it was could it actually be that person who we've had 0 interaction with and is just there? And it was. And I was like, this isn't good writing. The characters, I didn't like their characterization. I didn't really like their motives. The story itself is important, and I think it should be recommended. I think it should be given to other gay children and teenagers as a way of saying, here is some literature. I hope that you find a reflection of yourself in it, or I hope that it, inspires you to become a stronger person and speak up for yourself. Because that's Simon's biggest problem. He doesn't speak up for himself until it's too dang late, and I'm like... And then, he's being bullied by this guy who finds out that he's gay and that he is in love with Blue. And that was just... so many problems with that, because, yeah. And, Simon's yeah, I'll help you, try to get my friend to date you. No! That's the moment where you speak up for yourself, you go out, you tell everybody who you really are, and you don't let anyone manipulate you, because that's not okay. And even worse, you were letting your friend become a part of this manipulation game, and she doesn't need that. And I don't need that as a reader, because I wanted to just, So, I'm not a contemporary romance reader, so like I knew that this wasn't gonna be for me. But I thought like maybe the mystery aspect would get me, because I was like, I had heard like people on BookTube, they were like, the mystery is so great. No, baby, it's not that good. But it's a 3-star read. It's not horrible. It's pretty middle of the road for me. This definitely has an audience. I'm not it, but you may be. So check it out, because maybe you'll love it. I just wish that it wasn't so overhyped, because I feel like it's not that great of a novel. But what do I know? Because like I seem to be in the vast majority of black sheep who's like you know, just in the background bawling about how bad this book is and no one's listening to us. Oh, whatever. And then I read Lifelike by Jay Kristoff, who is famous for, you know, Nevernight, The Illuminated Files with Amy Kaufman. Okay, so this is a sci-fi novel. It is incredibly interesting because we follow Eve, who spends her time destroying murder bots in the dome. So like she gets inside of these giant murder bots and like they go at it so that she can get money to keep her grandfather alive. And the thing is, Eve isn't completely human, and her grandpa has enhanced her brain after a horrible crash that killed her family, so like her memory isn't like completely like there. And she has like this group of friends named Lemon, Cricket, and Kaiser, and they're so much fun. They're all like interesting little characters, especially Lemon Fresh, who is amazing, and then Cricket is like the sassy little robot who's not here for any of this, and Kaiser's also a really cute little robot dog. Who doesn't love a good robot dog? Well, the problem is they're at this dome, and all of a sudden, a bot is destroyed when Eve lets out a deadly scream before this big giant Goliath like destroys her. And people were like, uh-oh. And so now she's running from a group called the Brotherhood, who love to crucify people who are considered abnormal humans. So she's running from them. Then she's also running from a hired hitman, and she's running from a group of lifelikes who are genetically modified robots with extreme human emotions who have broken the 3 laws that robots live by. And it's wild. I know it sounds like you were probably like, I could not keep up with that description at all, and I'm glad, because you shouldn't keep up with this description at all. You should go in for this wild ride, because this book had some great plot twists. Like, I knew where it was going, and I figured that Kristoff was going to go there, but I didn't know he was going to go there, and then the end had me shook, and I was like, oh my god, are we going to have an evil protagonist? And I'm here for it, because if this sequel goes where I think it's gonna go, you guys, we're gonna get a protagonist who was once a hero, who's now a villain, and I cannot wait. I am so here for it. I love dark villain, like, anti-hero stuff, so, like, I'm here for it. This story was really fun. I gave it 4.25 stars. I have a review for it that I'll link down below, because I got this as an ARC from NetGalley. It was fantastic. It was like one of those books that I was anticipating but didn't know I was anticipating, and then like it was fun. It's a 4.25 stars, so it's like a really strong novel. It has its moments. It's not always super engaging, and there were a lot of times where I was like, I don't know what's going on. But then like the ending. So I'm really excited for this novel, and I predict that hopefully the next one will be like a 5-star novel. A girl can dream. But Lifelike was fantastic. I highly, highly recommend it. So yeah, out of those 3 books that I talked about, The Pursuit of Holiness, Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, and Lifelike, I'm going to recommend this one the most, but this is for like a small group of people. So out of the other 2, I definitely recommend Lifelike by Jay Kristoff, because that is a sci-fi novel that was fun. And so let me know down below in the comments if you're interested in picking up any of these books. Let me know if you are a fan of Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda. Let me know if I should watch the film, because I'm not against watching it. I just haven't motivated myself to, because I'm like, I didn't like the book enough to. Yeah, but let me know down below in the comments what you think. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye, and happy reading!